In this video, we're going to be using Sebum Gold Lime and the leaf for a dome shave. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB, and thanks so much for joining me again. I really appreciate it. And today we're going to have a luxury shave, at least in terms of software. We're going to be using Sebum Gold Lime. And there's a story behind this soap because the first time I ever tried Sebum, I did not like it at all. I had a sample, I didn't use enough product, I lathered it poorly, and my shave suffered. Subsequent to that, I had some conversations with Rick. I ended up buying the Sebum Gold Lime, which he has on, I think they're called seconds or something, not seconds, but spares. And I think it was between $60 and $70-ish for 7 ounces, which is definitely pricey on our cost chart. It is like a chart buster, but it does come with 7 ounces. Beautiful, beautiful packaging. I like this. It's got a glass jar that's wrapped in wood with a cork top. We'll show you the soap there, which you can see I've used it a couple of times there. The consistency on this is pretty firm. It is not soft or goopy, which I happen to like, and I do like the packaging. This is a luxury product, and it has luxury packaging around it. There's some other products like Ethos, for example. They had a vanilla scent that was going for $32 an ounce or $125 for 4 ounces, and the packaging was just normal, just like a regular shaving tub. I think if you have a luxury product, you must have luxury packaging, and I think Sebum certainly does that. I'll show you the ingredients of the soap right here. We'll show you a shot of it. And I had a good experience the second time I used this because I used plain enough soap. I got a good lather, and we had a good experience with it. So we look forward to trying it again with the head shave. So I haven't tried it for a head shave. So today is the day to try that. And we're going to start out by misting the dome. By the way, the razor is leaf, and I have 3 half Astra SP blades loaded in there. And we shall mist the dome. And we have a nice lather here with the Sebum today, nice and hydrated. I found I just didn't use enough product the first time. And in the video where I bought this and had a good experience, I said, look, I was wrong, and I was wrong in that initial head shave video. Just didn't have enough product, and that's all there was to it. Now, I do realize that this is a luxury soap, excuse me. It's going to be out of the price range of some folks. Some folks will never buy it. That's entirely okay. That is entirely okay. But from time to time, I will use luxury products, and we evaluate them with that in mind. They're meant to be something special, sort of something to treat yourself. This wouldn't be a daily driver product for me, but it is something I use from time to time. I do like the scent on it. The scent on this, by the way, is lime, but it's got some other stuff going on in there too. It comes across really nicely. It's kind of like a spicy herbal sort of lime is the way I would describe the scent. It is very expensive, no way to get around it, but every now and then you treat yourself to something nice. And I want to mention, Rick, in our conversations, he was like, I would love for you to use the skin serum. And so he sent the skin serum for free for me to try. And he said, I want you to use this for a week or 2 straight. And I did. I did it when I was on vacation, and then I've used it subsequent to that. And it is a good product. And we'll show you that at the end of the shave. It's definitely a good product. The cost, whether that can be justified, is completely up to you. For me, the skin serum itself, is it something that I would pay what the price is? No, I wouldn't. I would buy it with my own money, to be honest. I'm always honest. Whether something is sent to me or not, I'm going to tell you. Would I pay what they charge for the skin serum? No, because my use case does not require it. However, I will say, if I was having problems with extremely dry skin and I needed some additional boost or conditioning, might I consider it? I might. But with my use case being what it is, I find that it does what it says it's going to do. It will make your skin feel soft and supple and all that kind of stuff. But do I need it personally? No, I don't need it. And so, we're always honest about these things. You cannot buy a review, and I'm not suggesting that Rick was trying, but I know some artisans are out there and they're kind of pounding their chest about it. I don't ever send any evaluation products out. I don't buy reviews. And let me tell you something. You cannot buy a positive review on this channel, and I would hazard to guess that that is the case with most channels. There's no price that's worth someone's integrity. So for the artisans that get out there and they sort of make those claims that people are buying reviews with evaluation products. Obviously, I disagree. I think some artisans are very confident in their product, as is the case with Rick here, even though he knows that I do not care for a lot of skin conditioning. He's like, I just want you to try it and give your thoughts on it. And I did try it, and I will say it does what it's supposed to do. But again, would I pay what the price is? No, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't if you want to, or if you get good value out of that and it that skin feel for you is worth it, then go for it. And if it's not, then don't. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't make one iota of difference to me. But I will say I did use it. It is a nice product. And I think I will save it for those times where I need a little extra boost. Maybe I've been out in the sun too long, or, you know. But I did use it for a couple of weeks straight. And you could definitely feel, once you put that product on your skin, how it leaves your skin feeling very good. That much is true. So I can validate that part, at least for me, that it certainly does leave your skin feeling nice. It's kind of thick and viscous, but I think it's probably a good product. But I tend not to evaluate those sort of things because it just doesn't fit my use case. But since I tried it, I figured, you know, let's speak on that at least. At least confirm that, yes, it did feel good on my skin. And the soap, when lathered properly, and you have enough soap to use to lather it properly, it does a great job as well. I didn't have any problems lathering it. I didn't find it to be particularly finicky. Like I said, in my first use of the product ever, that was just a bad experience. And it was my own fault. And I am one of those folks that, you know, if I make a mistake, I will come back and let you know. And I think in the second video where I came back and used Sebum for my face, used this tub of Sebum, you know, the title on that video was Mistakes Were Made, because there's no use to lock your heels in when you make a mistake. You need to make it right and to clarify the record. And I have done that, and I also linked my newest video on that old video so people would know. You don't ever want to evaluate a product having made some mistake and leave that out there without correcting the record. And as you can see here, plenty slickness. But I'll tell you, in that video, it's been about a year ago now, I was really frustrated because I didn't have enough soap to really make a good lather with it, evidently, and I failed to get it right, and this thing was sticking like in places, and it was not good. But no such problems today, which is great, because we certainly want to get a great head shave. And plenty of slickness here, both residual and primary. Primary being the slickness that you see when the soap is there, residual being the slickness that you see sort of after the visible soap is gone. So you can see it's sliding along there with no problem. We haven't spoken about leaf much today, but as you know, the leaf is my sort of daily driver for head shaving. I like to use it. I like to try some other razors too, but I always work a leaf shave in every now and then because I really enjoy using it. And as you can see here, we got plenty of lather left over. There's good hydration in it. It's good slick stuff. Smells good too. I don't think this is the best lime scent I've ever experienced, but it is unique in that it has a sort of a spicy sort of vibe to it. Herbal almost, I would call it. My favorite lime of all time, as you know, in terms of scent, is Seaforth Sea Spice Lime. I just think that one is, it's got that incredible lime punch, but it's also got some additional depth to it. And this one is not just straight lime. It has some depth to it as well. I don't like it quite as much. However, I do like it overall. But I am a fan of lime, so it stands to reason that I'm going to like most limes, as long as it's not too faint to smell. And this one isn't. It's a nice medium scent, I think. And as you can see, you know, we're not having any issues with the lather. No issues at all. And we'll try to speed this up a little bit and get this second pass out of the way so we don't make a super long video today. But I wanted to come back and use the Sebum again. As you can see there, the peaks, and just let people know that, hey, yeah, that first video was a mistake on my part, and definitely wanted to come back and try the leaf again just to see maybe if it was, you know, the design of the razor somehow sticking, you know, or, but no, it was none of those things. It was just my mistake, and it's that simple. And so, like I said before, when you make a mistake, you just come back and you correct it and let people know. And we are doing just that. We have done it before. We'll always try to be fair. That's really the key when you're evaluating products. I think you always have to keep an open mind and try not to let biases get in the way. And sometimes we have biases, especially as it applies to cost, both ways. So we tend to think that things that don't cost a lot are inferior, and that is absolutely not true across the board. In some cases it's true, some cases it's not. And we also have biases that tend to favor more expensive things, and that is not always true, that a more expensive product is better. But we also have biases against. So some people won't use anything budget, and they are just dead set against it because they think it's inferior. And some people won't use anything premium or luxury because they think it's way too costly and it's not, there's no value there and it's no better than the inexpensive stuff. And I think all of those things can be challenged depending on the product, and you just really have to make your own decision. But I don't think you can say always across the board you get what you pay for, because that intends to imply that pricier stuff is always superior, and that's not the case. However, in some cases, it certainly is. So you need to take into consideration how a product is made, where it's made, what's in it. That's probably should be part of the value assessment. So if it's a razor that's made, say, in China with very cheap parts, you know, the value on that may or may not be very good. But if it's a razor, say, that's made here in the United States with durable materials, the higher expense might be warranted. However, there's some very, very good budget offerings out there and razors that are being made in China and everywhere else that, I mean, they still work well. You know, so I think it's really probably a case-by-case basis sort of assessment when it comes to a lot of those things. But I don't think the hard and fast rule of you get what you pay for always works out. Although there are certainly times where it does, so you have to be cognizant of that. But let's try to make sure, and I've been more mindful of this recently, not to let our biases get in the way, you know, to be so prominent, the biases, that we can't get over them. And I think in my first look at this product, because the lather wasn't great and the cost was so high, I was really unhappy with it. And that cost sort of played into that. Because when you pay what you pay for this, you're going to naturally expect more. You're going to, you know, at a minimum, it needs to be fantastic quality, you know, lather and so on and so forth. But like I said, for me, the skin nourishment sort of aspect is very, very difficult to validate for me because I use post-shave products. But I did use the Sebum skin serum without post-shave products for a good 10 or so days. And, you know, I found it to be effective in terms of moistening. You know, my skin definitely felt soft and supple. So I think it does hit the mark on that. You have to make a judgment as to whether the cost, which is pretty high, is worth it for you. And that's an individual case basis. I don't think, you know, we should really just declare something isn't a good value across the board just based on price alone. You really have to, use the product and try it and then figure it out. However, some products are just so expensive, it seems ludicrous. You know, it's just like at $32 an ounce for soap for the ethos, that seems extreme. You know, although I know it's using exotic scenting ingredients and all that kind of stuff. Okay, that was really, really nice shave. I really enjoyed it. All right, let me rinse. We'll come back and into the post. Stay tuned. And all right, we are back and off cam. We just rinsed, and I got to say, the skin is feeling good. So from that perspective, it's very, very nice. We used our leaf today for the dome shave. Really enjoyed it. I always love using the leaf. You know how I feel about that. I forgot to mention the brush today, but it was the West Coast Shaving Synthetic, which I enjoyed. Captain's Choice Bowl. And of course, we used our Sebum Lime, which I purchased from Rick, and I do like it. In terms of a luxury product, I enjoy it. I enjoy the packaging. It made a great lather today. Skin's feeling great. I have not used my normal witch hazel because we're going to use the Skin Serum, or the Sebum Lime Post-Shave Serum, it is called. And this is expensive stuff. Again, this was sent to me for free. I did try it. I have evaluated it. And for me, I would not buy it unless my skin needed it for my purposes. But I do enjoy using it. What I'm going to do is just wet my skin a little bit. And the directions really call for you to put like a dime-sized dollop in your hand, and we'll do that. But since I'm using it on the dome too, I like to wet it just a little bit. I think it makes application a little bit easier. And this stuff, I think it does what it's marketed to do. In terms of making your skin feeling soft and supple, it will feel soft and supple. But for me, in my use case, I don't find it to be necessary. So unless I had some condition that warranted using it, I don't think I would pay what the cost is for the serum. And, you know, I do appreciate that they sent it. But for me, this is a little more pricey than that I would want to spend. It doesn't mean that it will be that way for you. I know a lot of people who use this and they really like it. It works well for their skin. They need it and they enjoy it. And so if you need it, then go for it. Or if you just want it, if you just have the money, you want to treat yourself. One thing for sure, it feels good on your skin. It dries down quickly. And as you can see, there's a nice sheen on there, or glow. It does what it says it's going to do, but it is pricey. No getting around it. All right. Thank you all for joining me. We had a great shave today. I hope you all have great shaves when you get around to your shaves as well. Till next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way. And as always, God bless.